In a world where adversity is the norm and the path to greatness is fraught with obstacles, there emerges a remarkable tale of triumph. This is the story of a young lord who, driven by an unyielding spirit, ventured into the unforgiving woods to seek adventure and fortune. Slayer of beasts, leader of men, destroyer of worlds, and most importantly, king of the bowl cut. This story will follow the legend that is Richard Reinfrid. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 1 of my brand new Rimworld Medieval Overhaul mod series. So, as I just said, this is the Medieval Overhaul mod series on Rimworld. So I've got, obviously, the Medieval Overhaul mod installed, but then a collection of mods that I think just complement that mod. So some stuff like simple sidearms mod, which allows you to equip shields, knives, swords all at once of just having one weapon or one gun or whatever. Other mods such as combat extended, so we've got a more realistic, more interesting combat system to complement all the medieval equipment. So it should be a cool little series. I hope you enjoyed my little intro. Try something different there. I'm going to be playing Lone Wolf mode with my guy Richard, the Destroyer of Worlds. He is going to be with us for the whole series, but hopefully we can grow the little tribe he's creating, the little barony it should hopefully grow into, and get more colonists throughout. But starting off with just him, we've just arrived at our forest, nice little river flowing through, and I've just selected a little house here, what will become a house, to become where we have our living space. So hauling over some of the equipment that we've landed with, such as a mace and a shield that we've got. We've also got some gauntlets and a helmet. Only problem is I just can't wear them because we've already used up our slots, it seems to tell me in the game. So can't put them on just yet. But we have got our longsword and some good armour. So we have a look, we've got a steel brigandine, and then a gambeson and a woolen hose. And yeah, so we should be able to fight off any beasts that come our way, because actually Richard has got 17 melee skill. So I did play around, obviously, with the scenario editor to get Richard Reinfrid, our brave knight, a little bit more flexible for a single star. But saying that, he has still got pretty weak skills in some areas, such as plants, terrible, construction he's only meh, cooking's alright. But yeah, mining stuff, he's pretty bad, and crafting as well. But I've buffed him in certain areas like melee, animals as well, because again, he's a knight, so we'd be used to living with horses and stuff like that. And then medical, social, and intellectual to reflect his knight status. So Richard is a damn good character in terms of Rimworld status, but for a lone wolf, he might struggle with stuff like farming. So the first goal here, which you can see what Richard is doing, is making timber. So I have to be honest with you guys, I'm actually new to Medieval Overhaul. I've got plenty of hours on Rimworld itself, but never really played around with this mod. I saw it, I was like, I absolutely love medieval content. I need to get this and get into it, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to do a YouTube series on it. So I've honestly just sort of come straight into it. But one thing I did know is that for some reason, if we just quickly pause here, all of the equipment, not the equipment, all the main structures that are made of wood, apart from the palisade, which use raw wood, use timber. And so I've built a little crafting spot, making some timber. So that's how we can get these wooden walls up. So that's why we have to spend a little bit of extra work to get these first walls up. We can't just chop down some trees like you would do normally in Rimworld and get building. You have to first convert them into wood. So we've got a little cat with us as well, Malcolm. And as Richard has got such good stats in animals, or at least pretty damn good, we're going to get training the cat. So I do have a mod on that means that cats can now be trained to advanced, which semi-realistic, but I thought it'd be a cool little one to have on anyway. And actually, because we spawned with a cat, it's actually worked out pretty well. But now that we've got some timber, Richard's getting those walls built. So we can finally get this place roofed, and with some roofs we can stop getting our food. Like, oh, already deleted. As I'm speaking, it's already deleting. So we've already lost some starting food there because it's been raining. The wood here is deteriorating because it's in the river. Even like our helmet is pretty low on durability. But with the roof made and this all claimed, we're going to get the walls repaired. And now at least we have a space to, yeah, look at this meat. Oh, actually, it's just survived. It's on 2 health, but it's got 58 days because it's dried meat. And this was on 1. Wow, so you really did just make it. So, one thing is, with this steel brigandine on, Richard is massively getting weighed down So I'm actually going to take off the Brigandine. So hopefully this bulk factor goes down. There we go. So now his work speed has increased. And we don't need to be lugging around a Brigandine all day, every day, unless he's getting attacked. So that now means that not Brigandine, that Richard can sleep comfortably without that heavy Brigandine on. And a few things. We've now got a little torch up. We're just repairing these walls, and I could get a nice flooring with some timber once we get some more, just to boost the beauty of the area. Get Richard feeling a little bit more happy with his situation. Remember, Richard's a wandering knight used to luxury, so staying in a little shack probably isn't the most exciting for him, but he's doing pretty decent. Extremely low expectations, so yeah, fair play to him. My main goal is to simply set up the living quarters. I just keep the game running on a slow speed. Set up the living quarters and just develop a basic production system and farming system that we can be self-sufficient and keep, even if it's just Richard for now, but just keep Richard in line with enough food, enough warmth when winter hits, and then I wouldn't say any equipment though, because we've already got like our basic military equipment. The helmet is still here, but I'll need to get that moved in. But yes, that's what I need to do. So I need to set up some farming. But as I've said, Richard's planting skill is pretty poor. Again, I wanted to try and keep it more realistic to a real lord, and I can't imagine a real lord who's into all his martial training and all of that having any interest in growing crops. So put it down to 3 to reflect that. So we might struggle with the food that we'll need, but what I have noticed is we can actually hunt animals with our sword, which is a little bit unrealistic. I can't imagine many animals just standing there and letting you get close enough to hit them with a sword. But hey, I ain't gonna judge. Richard's that good, that stealthy. He can approach rabbits and squirrels and one-shot them. So we can at least do a little bit of hunting, even though we don't have any bow or anything like that. But first off, where is it? Let's get some growing zones. I've got this little place here, and it's next to all this nice fertile ground. A few different crop sources up. Again, we should have a lot of time on our hands to actually be able to grow, because once we've got enough timber, which is what we're getting now, we're getting some wood turned into timber, we don't actually really have much to do. Maybe just doing a bit of cooking here and there. So actually we can spend a good amount of time getting our first crops grown. One thing I will say, guys, is I want to try and keep this playthrough... Oh, sorry, I didn't think I was going to get straight into it. So potatoes, rice would be the best one, because rice has a harder fertility requirement, but then if you do match its fertility requirement, it grows quite nice. So I want to get some rice, get some corn, because that's quite long lasting. And then down here, we haven't got enough skill to really get stuff like heel roots or strawberries or anything like that. So maybe just some potatoes. We'll get some 3 food sources up. What I was going to say is, I wanted to try and keep this more realistic. I have seen playthroughs online where they do medieval Overhaul mod, but I don't ever find that they're actually treating it as a medieval series, in the sense that it's just like a medieval cosmetic, like all the guys are dressed up in cool knight armor, and wow, they like kill everyone with swords, and then that's it. Their base still feels, you know, more Rimworld style, very like sort of min-max. I want to sort of be a bit different in my series, even if it ends up being against me in the fact that it's not as efficient. I don't care. I want to have a base that looks a little bit more, reflects a little bit more of like a medieval village. So if you've got a blacksmith's area, it will actually be a blacksmith's little shack with all the forging equipment in there. If you want to have a bakery, it will be a little baker's building with all the cooking equipment in it. It'll be a guard tower of all the bunks for any people who have designated as maybe not guards, because it's not we can't actually go that far in Rimworld, but people who maybe like got loads of martial skill will live in there, that sort of thing. I just want to keep it looking like an actual more medieval style hamlet or village, and then growing it into maybe even a castle. I think that'll be something different and something interesting, and hopefully, if you guys are still watching by then, which I hope you are, you will find that unique and cool. Speeding things up, a few things I'm also noticing with this mod. I'm not sure if you watching this and have played this mod many times before, if you're brand new to Medieval Overhaul mod, but already, when you're cutting grass, you actually do get hay from it, which I think is very simple, but very clever. In Rimworld, vanilla Rimworld, if you cut the grass, literally nothing happens, you're just clearing it to grow your own crops. But actually now, you actually get a little bit of hay just for doing that. So I do want to have a little hay shack to store any hay, because if we can get farm animals later on, storing the hay will be useful. But I don't know if we can get that done just yet, because that will take up quite a bit of work to make all the timber for that and then build that. And I want to get all my crops on first. Actually, got a guy here, Llama. What is he selling? Let's quickly look. So Richard does have very good social skill. Again, he's a knight. He's used to talking with all sorts of people. Got good education. So giving a good social skill to reflect that, and same with intelligence. So Llama is selling. Herbal medicine would be useful. We've got 500 silver. We could sell our steel wing mace, which I think we should, because I've got a longsword and the mace, and I can't really equip them both, and there's no point equipping them both. So I think I'll sell that just to get a little bit of coin, and then I'll buy in all the. So actually, they're just a traveller. They don't really have any equipment to sell. So we'll just buy in what herbal medicine they have. There we go. So we've got an extra bit of herbal medicine, because we can't grow that obviously. So being able to get that in ourselves through traders is really important. Yeah, we can see here that's our big lack at the moment. It's just how long it's taking to cut down trees, plant all these crops, which is where I am worried about our food situation in terms of the long run of growing crops. But if we can focus on that and get these fields all cut down, all these rocks moved around, and the crops actually started to be sown, then we can just leave it and move on to other things, which we are a little bit better at. But then saying that, timber making, obviously, which is under crafting, we're not very good at crafting either. So we do need to get some more colonists in to serve under Richard, fight for his cause, and help us in areas where maybe Richard struggles a little bit with. You can see how long this is taking. We're already almost through on next day, and Richard still hasn't even managed to get any crops really planted. He's focusing on chopping down the trees, which is taking so long. If we look at his plants, oh, got a mad hare. All right, let's deal with these. Look at this bugger. Bosh, one shot. You don't mess with Richard. He rules the kingdom. Well, he rules this very small little shack at the moment, but he soon will have his own kingdom, I assure you guys. So he's killed that mad hare. It hasn't actually been infected, so we can then try and eat that one. If we have a look at temperature, we should have a little campfire here. So I don't know if I want to put it in here yet, because we're going to go into summer, so we have a roaring fire in our base, and then it hits with the summer heat. It might die, so let's get a campfire just outside our house, and I assume we need a butcher's spot as well to actually butcher these animals, because the workbench uses quite a lot of timber, which we don't currently have access to just yet. So we'll get a butchering spot. Actually, I'll move this inside. We can hopefully get the heat bonus. Add the build to butcher creatures, and then we can add a build here to cook simple meals, and then we'll do that until we have, let's say, 5 simple meals. Which is still cracking along. We have made more progress with our farms, cut down more of the trees, and are actually starting to plant the crops now, which is always good. I have noticed this again, like with the mod, a lot more stuff, adding in the ability to actually set preferences for which fields you choose to sow and harvest first, and then when you harvest sow them, sorry. So you can say here with a smart field, it actually only sows the crop if you know that you're in the correct season to then actually be able to fully grow that crop. Little things like that, which I think is really, really useful. And again, mechanics that really should be in the base game, but these modders have added them, and just brilliant stuff, all for free. So shout out to all the mod makers. You can also see here that Richard has actually already fully trained Malcolm for all the stats that Malcolm as a cat can actually have. What is annoying though is I thought we'd be able to get haul on, but actually the only thing the cat can do is guard and attack, and I can't lie, a war cat doesn't sound that frightening, especially if it's just a little house cat. Maybe if it was a big lion or tiger, yeah, maybe it'd be a bit more effective, but yeah, I'm not sure little Malcolm here is going to be able to do much against plated brigands that come to attack us, but hey, we'll have to wait and find out. One thing I do want to do is get these gloves and helmets on, because I have no idea. Exactly, I'm about to say I have no idea when we're going to be about to get raided. So I want to get armed up, and I have no idea also why they're not equipped in the first place. But now that we're about to get attacked, Let's get him on quick. Actually, though, oh goodness, look at down here. Some sort of battle's going on. My goodness. But this guy, he's got a leather vest. But I don't know if we can wear all of this and our brigandine. So we'll have to try and get this on quick. And then see if we can also equip the brigandine. But because of this this bulk, well, the mass here was what I'd assume you can have. So if you've got your armor under that mass, you can be able to wear it all, but no. Here's the helmet. Let's get Richard back to our base. See if we can equip that brigandine. If not, we've at least got a gambeson, which I don't know the exact stats of the mod, but you can see provides a little bit of protection against blunt and sharp. So better than nothing. But yeah, it's saying the same thing about not being able to wear the full brigandine because our inventory is full. So if I go in to our base and I take off the steel gloves, does that free up space to wear the brigandine? No, still can't. Take off the gambeson? No, still can't. I think it is. Take off the helmet. I really want to find this out. No, inventory's still full. I don't understand that. I don't understand where it's looking for the inventory. But hey, we'll have to make do. Put back on the helmet and the gloves, giving us a little bit of protection. The gloves do provide loads of protection actually, but I don't understand how it works. Oh yeah, here we go. This is how it works. It just covers the hands, obviously. I'm not that stupid. I know how gloves work in real life, but in Rimworld, sorry. It's saying that it does just cover the hands. So if any hits come to the hands, those gloves will actually just protect that, which obviously makes perfect sense. That is brilliant. Because I don't actually think there is gloves in normal Rimworld. I just wanted to double check. I wasn't sure if it added just like an extra layer to your overall defense, but no, it just covers the hands. So those that dastardly bugger is coming to take us on. So I think we can confront him in the field. We outskill him. We out-armor him as well, and actually our weapon is better. Let's see if we one-shot him. He's got a leather vest on. I don't think we will. Oh. I was only joking about one-shot him, but we decapitated him in one hit. Head cut off. Mamma mia. Richard, he is a monster. He's a slayer. He really is a destroyer of men, isn't he? Wow. So we need to get rid of his body because poor Swiss over here, not much left of him. So what can we do? We've got mass grave, but I think we'll build a small little grave just for Swiss to mark the time when he got decapitated in one shot by our beloved Richard. So let's put a little grave over here, and I will get that set up once. Richard's he's decapitated a man. Now he's just off to bed. What a day. Richard's about to complete the grave. I thought I was about to bring Swiss over. No, he's not yet. He's just gone straight back to harvesting. Wow, what a champ. An absolute champ. So we still haven't got these fields done yet, but this rice one is complete. And then hopefully we can get this corn one done soon because there's only two more trees. Has his plants gone up yet? No. It is close though. It's almost at 4,000. But because it's got no passion scores in it, it will take quite a long time to go up. We are running low on food though. I have eyed up this poor little guinea pig that has been roaming around our base for quite some time. But I can't find it in me to annihilate this poor little guinea pig, so I'm eyeing up any bigger creature. Aha. Ibex Ram. What I am worried about though is I might get a little bit overconfident now that we've taken on Swiss. But can we actually take on an Ibex Ram? Let's find out. So Richard's back out again. He's mustered up the might and confidence to take on this Ibex Ram. Let's see how he does. Missed his first shot. Okay. Oh wow! Neck cut off. He's beheading everything in his sights. Oh my goodness! He really is a monster. I can't lie. I didn't expect an iron longsword to be so effective. I thought we'd at least have to land a few shots to take anything out, but no, we decapitated poor Switzo here in one shot, and we two-shot this Ibex ram. Well, that's dinner sorted, isn't it, guys? So at least we've got a little bit of food now, and we can butcher that up. Get some more timber in soon to get a proper butchering spot. But that is still about 70 meat, which should be what was a meal per 10. It's a meal per 10 meat, so that's 7 meals ready, and the meals last about 2 days, I think. Oh, actually 4 days. So we've got a good supply of food for the next 4 days. Obviously, we are in the medieval times, so there is no freezers, which is quite sad. I don't know how they did it back in medieval times. Oh, poor people. No, but I seriously don't actually know how we do it in Rimworld, because in medieval times, I assume they would have used cold basements, or they would have salted their food, that sort of thing. Yet in Rimworld, I don't know how the mod reflects that. So in temperature, obviously, there's nothing. If we look in research for medieval, can't see any. Oh, food preservation. So that makes packaged rations and meat racks. Oh, so maybe there is. Yes, you can make dried meat. Ah, okay. So dried meat isn't a meal. It just means that you turn the raw meat into a meat that lasts longer and that you can eat straight up. Okay, so dried meat is what we need, but we actually need to research that. We can't just do that straight away. So, oh no, we can. Oh, this is a drying rack for hides. But still, that's something we're going to need. So this is where this mod is so cool, guys, because, again, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not, but by having a quick look at it, I did before I started this video, I've seen that there's so much detail that it adds to the game. Little things like, meaning that there's now 2 types of wood. You have the raw wood and then having to produce it into timber to make furniture or walls. You've got stuff like now actually having to dry hides to actually make them into usable materials to make clothes or rugs or whatever. You can preserve food. You've got, what else? You've got all sorts of defences like palisades and gates. Just, it adds a lot more detail to the game, not just medieval, but just like realism as well. And I think it's really, really cool. And I'm really excited to see how far we can get with this series. Okay, so I've made a little, or about to make a little wooden horseshoe pin. Bit of fun for Richard to entertain himself with while when he comes back from a day of beheading ibex rams and brigands that come to attack us. So we've got that. We also are almost about to finish these fields because we've chopped down all the trees. So actually, the hard work was within chopping down the trees. So I might get another patch of food here, but avoid all the trees. So that way we can just get that one up and running very, very quickly and just get an extra source of food. I think I'll set it to... I could do cotton, but no, I'm going to set it to rice because the rice is more important. I'm going to set this to preferred. And I'm going to get another farm, not on the fertile land, because there isn't actually much space left without chopping down some trees. So I'll go somewhere like here, just a small 5x5, set it to a low, and I'm going to grow cotton, because actually cotton just seems like an easy one to get in to make some basic textiles, whereas the leather system, obviously, as we've just seen, you have to dry the leather, and I'm not sure if there's even more to it than that, like tanning the leather. So that seems a little bit more complicated and a little bit more work, and I'm not sure we're going to have enough time to do that while Richard's busy fighting off all sorts of trouble. So as we can see, we've gone straight into growing this field, so hopefully that will be a good amount of fields grown, ready for... Oh, actually, no, I don't know how much of the farming mechanics have been changed. I don't know if we'll get these food in the same way that Vanilla Rimworld works, or if we have to actually, wait multiple seasons, and that is actual seasonal like growth. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out, and it's all good part of the fun. So I am going to take the helmet off Richard while we're not out being attacked. It does feel a bit weird that he's just walking around farming with a nasal helmet on. So I'll take that off. Again, I've got no clue why it's saying we haven't got enough inventory space for this brigandine, because that is actually a big blow to our defense. Because while yes, we have been ravaging anybody that tries to harm us, like that ibex ram or the raider, but actually none of them landed a hit on us. I'm worried that if they land a hit on us, they could do serious damage. We've got a helmet though, so that massively reduces the chances of just being beheaded in one shot. And if we look, the helmet has pretty good stats. Again, I do not know the complexity. Sorry, the how all the armor stuff works with this combat extended mod, because it is very complex compared to vanilla, or at least it looks. Look at all the information there; it looks pretty complex to me. But what you can basically tell is the bigger the number there, the more armor value you've got. So the more likely it is that you're gonna deflect a shot, or it's not gonna penetrate. Okay, guys. So actually, already some of our rice is ready to be harvested. Well, this one's up here. We're at 100%. This one's down here at 90%, and the rest of it is around 80%. So, wow, it is actually growing very, very quickly. Well, that I guess answers my question about how does the farming work in this game, and it's obviously very damn quick is the answer. Because yes, this is on a 140% fertility instead of 100%, but that does not justify the fact that this has taken like 2 days to grow. So, but at least we now know that food actually might not be much of an issue as I thought, because getting it in so quickly. But then again, for winter, we obviously can't grow anything, so we will need to rely on a stock of food. So actually, yeah, winter could be pretty tough, but actual the other seasons, the actual growing seasons, should be absolutely fine. Only worry is that we'll have to spend so much time growing and harvesting all this food that we won't actually have enough time to do other things. Because I usually do manual priorities and set up all my priorities properly, but in this playthrough, because we've literally only got one person, there's no need to do that. I want him to do everything. So that simply means that things further to the right obviously get done last. So stuff like researching and crafting to get timber and all that sort of stuff is going to not really ever be able to happen if we're spending all day every day growing crops and harvesting crops. So do need to maybe actually think about restricting the amount of food supply we've got, because if we're getting this much food this quickly, we might not actually need these extra fields. Okay, so very strangely, Richard just has equipped all his gear. I didn't tell him to do that, so I'm not sure what that was, but he has actually equipped his brigandine, which shows that it can be equipped, so I will remember that, but I don't understand what he's done to do that. So I'm going to drop these. I'm going to set them to be hauled back, because when they're outside, obviously they're going to take the durability damage. So I'll get him to drop them off, and then I'll just forbid them for now, so I don't want him to put them on. For the moment, we're just working on harvesting all this rice, which has magically grown in about 2 days. So Richard, maybe he has got the green thumb, hasn't he? I'll have to find out if he can get all these other crops to grow quick. And what is this meteorite of jade? Oh, that's very pretty. Got a nice vibrant green up there. We've also got some visitors with a relationship. Standard bearer Chris, brother of Hedge Knight Richard. So, Richard's brother has just randomly discovered he's in the forest and come to say hi. And it's literally just him and a friend, or a female friend, Quinn. Wow, steel heavy hawk. Two people are armoured up. Got a leather vest on, a gambeson on, and a steel heavy hauberk on. Holy crap, that's a lot of armour. And then Chris, the brother, iron heraldic heavy hauberk. Got some shackles on, kinky stuff. What are they up to? So we got them anyway. They're coming over, lingering around, just observing this unusually realistic body. Nah, it must just be like a paper mache mold or something. Not just a decapitated body of one of Richard's victims. No, it can't be. Yeah, they'll linger around. We can't actually. I don't think we can even trade with them. Is this more allowed to like speak with these people? Nope, nothing new like that. So yeah, get lost. Bye, brother Chris. You can piss off. Now we're actually getting a nice amount of food in, and I do actually need to increase our stocks here. I actually need to build a warehouse, to be honest with you, because we're getting so much food in now that we actually don't really have enough space. And I want to get timber to get a proper butchering block, a cleaning bench to clean loot and ready them for display. Okay, that's interesting. So stone cutting spot, butcher's block, cooking table. How many blocks though? Okay, but we got the stone cutting spot. Okay, so we can get this in to make some granite blocks to get a cooking table. a wood-fueled oven with an attached countertop for preparing meals. So I assume this gives us some sort of bonus to preparing meals, maybe less food loss, whatever. So I do want to get that, but first I'll need to build some new buildings. I'll have to have a little mason's workshop or some sort of production area set up. I want to get a granary set up to store all our food. I want to get a storage hut to store all our equipment and logs. And then I'll get a kitchen set up attached to the granary. As I said, I want to keep it all like a medieval village. Oh, look at that. Transport pod. And then, as I say, they're not bleeding out either. They've only got bruises. Who's this? Female human, 20. Some basic equipment. Well, actually, no. Pad leather vest isn't that great, but still. Bio. Shooting a melee. Pretty crap at everything else. But you know what? They've got melee skills. And we sold our mace, and the spear's actually been destroyed. So actually we don't have any melee equipment. But we have a shield here. So that is brilliant. We've now got, I don't know how to say this name, Circline? Quite a weird name. I'm not sure Richard would approve, but who cares? Richard now got a friend. We've got someone to help work on the fields. They're not going to be enslaved, I swear. So we have actually got someone to help us out. And we don't need to rush off and try and fix them up and the chance of them dying. They've only got some bruises. So guys, on that bombshell, I'm going to end the episode there, and we'll continue with plenty more to do in episode 2. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've watched to the end, then I thank you so much, and I hope you're looking forward to more content on this series. If you have enjoyed it though, please consider leaving it a like. And if you want to see more content for Rimworld, then please consider subscribing. I do have a Discord. The link's in the description for that. If you want to come over there to say hi, suggest a new video series to do or new games to play, or if you want to give some feedback on the video, such as Rimworld medieval modded advice. If you've got any, if you played this before and know lots about it, then please come over and say hi. But yeah, apart from that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2. Ta-ra.